Are you ready to help the people around you, the people who matter in your life, the people who care? Are you ready to challenge them to grow and hold them accountable? If you're far down this path, of course, we all have room to grow. We all have room to grow stronger. We can all become more evolved, better version of ourselves. But if you're an evolved person, if you have become a leader in your organization or a leader in society, if you are raising kids, if you are a dominant partner in a relationship, if you are a boss, a manager, people look up to you, and there comes a point where it's time to help other people. So again, always work on yourself, always try to be better. But in this video, we're going to talk about how to help other people become better. And the first thing that you can do, obviously, is to make yourself better. So we do need to talk about that a little bit. Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. If that sounds useful to you, if that sounds practical to you, make sure to stick around. Make sure to share this with somebody else who you think will find useful. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Beautiful day out here in Hawaii with the water, doing some barefoot action, eating a nice meal. There's the cafe up there. So helping other people. Again, the best thing you can do is lead by example. So you have good habits, have a mission, have integrity, be honest, put in the work, be hardworking, sacrifice take responsibility, have emotional control, the basic stuff. I'm not going to go too in depth in that, but it is very important though that people can mirror you, and people, it's not what you say, it's what you do, right? It's make your work way easier. People just copy your behavior, right? People learn from you. We learn through osmosis, not being told what to do, but by saying what to do. So your job as a leader and to help other people change and grow is to lead by example. So do your best, and that's a lot of it. Now, what's interesting here though is when you're helping other people, you're not always going to be nice. It's going to be painful at times. And if you think back to your growth, how painful was it for those of you who became sober? You gave up alcohol, you gave up weed, you gave up destructive habits. How hard and painful was that change? So that change is going to be hard and painful for other people. It will require some patience and gentleness from you, but it may require challenge, calling out, pushing, and holding of accountability. So I think back to one of the bosses that I had, or managers that I had, who I hated at the time. I hated this woman, and I can tell you about her, and she'll sound unreasonable, where when I worked this wait staff job, and I couldn't have an off day. I could never be sick. I had to smile and stay high energy for every table. I was blamed if the wrong schedule went out and I didn't catch it. And it was like, this is unreasonable. You're asking too much of me. But later I noticed that this person held me to higher standards than I hold me to. And she was mean to me and she was cruel to me. And I was threatened by her asking for more from me. But I realized that this is one of the first people to actually believe in me. She actually cared and thought I could do it, right? She actually believed so much in me that it challenged me to believe more in myself. It challenged me to hold myself to a higher standard. So that's what it's going to feel like sometimes as the leader in helping someone else change, is you're going to hold them to a higher standard than they hold themselves to. You're going to believe that they can be better than they believe that they can be. You're going to and that's painful. It's going to challenge them. They're not necessarily going to like it at the time. It's going to be uncomfortable. But they're going to be grateful and thankful later that someone actually cared, that someone actually believed in them, that someone actually put in energy to see them grow and change. Because what's the worst thing that we can do for people to not help them grow and change? Well, one thing is to be lazy and lackadaisical in our own selves and to not be evolved and evolving. But another thing we can do is just enable them, not really care about them. You can do whatever you want and don't care. You can lie, cheat, steal, do drugs, don't care. I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be gentle, I'm going to be understanding, I'm going to accept you exactly as you are. Well, that allows them to stay exactly where they are and to not grow. So as part of being a leader is rejecting. You have to reject the unevolved versions. You have to reject the poor behaviors and challenge and call out and ask for more and believe in more, and people will kick and struggle, but they're going to come around, and they're going to later they'll be glad that you did. So it's up to you how much you want to do, how much you want to challenge people, who you want to coach. Not everybody wants it. You don't have time or energy for everyone, but if you really care about someone and you want to see them grow, this is something that you can and should think about. And again, sometimes it's actually your responsibility. You have kids, you're a leader in your organization, you are a dominant member in a partnership, you are raising a dog, this applies to animals too. You are coaching a team, or you're a coach, or you're a trainer, whatever it is. You have to, one is challenge, but another thing is accountability, like holding people to it. You said you're going to do this. You said you're going to do this. Have you done it? Actually checking in. And people will, being on the receiving end of this, again, it's threatening to the ego. It's annoying. It's why do you care so much? But then it's like you realize in time that, like, man, it's just wonderful to have someone who actually cares, to have someone who actually holds me accountable, to have someone who actually, yeah, they're mean to me, but they're honest with me, right? A lot of the stuff that sounds nice isn't honest. Like, oh, you're doing a great job, you're perfect just how you are. It sounds nice, but it's not really helpful. When you say, like, hey, I love you, but you're fucking up in these ways, and I believe that you can do better, and you're not perfect how you are. You're fucking up here, and you can evolve. People hate to hear that in the time. Black cat, thumbs up for the cat. People hate to hear that at the time, but they're very grateful later on, because some people never got that. Now, let me ask you, and something you can reflect on, is have you ever had a mentor who really threatened your security and challenged you to grow? Because I've had mentors like that, and I'm extremely grateful for them. And I'm curious for you, if you comment down below if it was an uncle, if it was a certain boss, if it was your dad or your mom, if it was a teacher, if it was whatever it was, a partner, someone who really challenged you and asked you to be better and do better. Comment down below who that was. And then for those of you who are pretty far down this path as an evolved person, and you're trying to help other people as a leader and help them grow and change, comment down below who you're really trying to help. If it's the kids in your school group, if it's your partner, if it's your organization that you work in, the people, whatever it is, comment down below. One person who really helped you as a mentor, and then one person, a group of people it's your time to help and to mentor them. And as always, try to be your best, do your best. There's more to it than telling other people or controlling other people. All of this, the best thing you can do is lead by example and just be the best that you can be, the most honest, the most integrity, the strictest with your boundaries, the healthiest, the most wholesome, the hardest working, the most curious, the most patient, the most emotionally controlled. Work on these things, let other people mirror you, and they'll learn from you that way too, slowly over the long term. Okay, appreciate you, much love, and talk to you soon.